All right, everybody. I'm right here. I'm gonna show you a little bit about coyote trapping. This is gonna be a little instructional video. These are the tools I use when coyote trapping. We'll go over them. Good set of gloves, pair of knee pads, okay? Very important. You can be kneeling on all kind of stuff. A drill with an auger on it, a shovel. I always have these signs with me to let you know if I gotta put it somewhere, if I'm trapping around the public. A good heavy hammer, coyote traps, caution tape if needed, driver, sifter, mesh or cotton fiber to go up under the dog, the pans, a whisk broom, bag to carry stuff, clover hulls as fillers. You can buy that not locally, but you can buy it offline. And then a bag full of goodies, all kind of goodies. 2 types of screwdrivers, cross tip, flat tip. It's not in great shape, but it's just a little spreader is what I'll call it. A knife, limb cutters, hog ring pliers. Carry plenty of stuff. These are wire, especially wire cutters, a pair of pliers, a little crescent wrench, black tape, and then baits and lures of various kinds. You have everything from coyote scat to widowmaker paste bait, coyote urine, just a plethora, yote dope, tons of stuff, coyote gland, and then also very important, wire, little bitty wire, okay? You always need that. So it's kind of like my possibilities bag. So all this stuff will go with me when I go down to coyote trapping. These traps have already been waxed and dyed, or not dyed, but I paint them. When I buy the traps, what I do is I'll go through a process, pressure wash them, remove any grease that's on them, and then what I'll do is I will paint them when they're dry, get a little rust on them, paint them real good, and then I'll wax them, okay? And there's a process to go through to wax them, hot wax, and I'll let that sit, and it makes them scent free. Okay, so once you want to handle these, you want to be wearing your gloves, okay? Wearing these gloves, and then whenever you're using your baits, you want to use a different set of gloves, some neoprene gloves or something like that. You don't want to get much scent on these because coyotes smell their food, their path, they smell everything. So you want to make sure you try and remain as scent-free as possible. If you're setting coyote traps and you worry about dripping sweat in the hot sun, it's going to dissipate over a couple hours during the day, especially in the hot sun. So don't worry about it too much, but I always bring a sweat rag. I can wipe the sweat off and I just stick it back in my pocket, okay? So those are the things to get ready to go do some coyote trapping. So we're going to go down here on this bayou and we're going to set some coyote traps, and we'll do a little bit of talking about that, and you'll actually see me set a coyote trap. Okay, everybody, we got down here. What it is these coyotes up from Buffalo Bayou, and they come up through this area. So they're accessing up top. Most of these houses have big fences on them. The golf course is right over there. So this is a natural corridor that they use. It's a little slough that goes back behind us. And so they come up and they access this property because it is it's vegetated. They've got a lot of gardens in here, and they'll use these terraces. They'll get up and they'll go into the neighborhoods and use that. So the best place to find a place where, or the best place to find where the coyotes come through is a good choke point, and this is a choke point. You got a fence right over there, and you got the open golf course right there. So they're accessing this property right here. That's probably Trump calling me on the phone. I don't have time to talk to him right now, so I'm a little busy. Or it might be Guga calling, and you're gonna cook some pig and gator with me. I'm waiting on that call, Guga boy, man, I'm ready. You're looking for a choke point to put your traps. So right in here, I've always had success in here. So what I wanna do is I wanna find a place where I can set my trap to where I know the coyotes are gonna pass, and they do pass this. So what I want to do is I want to clear out all this trash and stuff, and I want to make it look like something's been digging here. Kind of dig it back a little bit, and you see, coyotes are going to see that, and they're going to like, they do see quite well. So they'll say, hey, something's been digging here, so there's something interesting there. So what I want to do is I want to get my tools close to me over here. Take a knee, and then I'm going to open up, and I want to use this dirt here, and I want to place it in my sifter because we're going to reuse that here in just a little bit. Just want to kind of fill it up. Set it to the side. So what we're doing is we're making an area. Hand me a trap there, Gare Bear, or just pull everything close to me. There we go. All right, hand me my auger. Okay. What I want to do is I want to make my bait hole. Make a good hole right there. Okay, and that's where our bait's going to go. This works great. You can get these offline. Buy me, I got a dedicated auger, a dedicated drill just for this. Okay, you can buy all this from DeWalt. You can get that auger. Okay, I'll put that to the side. So I got my bait hole dug. Get my stuff out, and we'll select the trap. We'll get out our driver and our hammer. And what I want to do is I want to dig out and make room for my trap because I want the coyote to have a nice smooth surface. So we know we're going to put the trap underground, and we don't want it showing. So anything extra I can dig up and get out of the way I want to do. Okay, so it's going to go down in this little hole right here. Okay, clear it out, get rid of any rocks and stuff like that. So I'll take my driver, place it in, and this is one thing you always got to check. See how easy that went in? I need to see if I'm going to be able to set here. If this ground's too soft, it should pull back out. If it locks up down there tight, then it's a good set, but I'm not sure now that I did that. Oh, okay, it's locked. But sometimes if you take and you push, you want to push it down as far as you can, but if it goes all the way down like that, I'm thinking, oh, it ain't gonna hold. But the reason you do that, the reason you pull back, you want to see if it's going to be stout, and that's stout, that's tight on there. So sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you just got to keep driving with your hammer until you get it all the way in there. So that's good right there. So we'll put the hammer and the driver away. Sit right here. Now what I will do is I will take the hammer and I'll make a little indentation right there, and that's where I'm going to place this stuff out of the way whenever I get ready to set my trap there. So get the dog out of the way and get ready for the pan. So we'll open her up. Set your pan. There she is. Take, insert it into the ground. Let your chain fall in there. I want to set it right there. Remember what I said about dripping sweat? Wipe your sweat off so you don't drip too much on that. And you want to set your trap. Make sure it doesn't wiggle. It's set in there nice and tight. So then, next step, what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of the cotton fiber. Where's my little deal? I'll take my little spreader there, and I will take and be careful and insert it. And what this does by putting that cotton fiber over it is when you put dirt over it, and there's several ways you can go about keeping the dirt out from under the pan. Okay, this is just one. This keeps any dirt from keeping the pan from falling, okay, or getting something under there to where it doesn't fall. So this is the method that I prefer to use. There's also trap pan covers. I'll show you what that looks like. These work well also. It's just that I prefer to use the other one. This is a trap pan cover. If you can see that right there, okay? And you'll usually just lay those over the top, and that'll also keep anything from going under that with that little bit of fiber. But like I said, I prefer to use the cotton under there. It gives me a better catch, I believe. And then I'll take some of the cottonseed hulls and use it as a space filler. So I'm not putting so much dirt. These are very lightweight and they're scent free. All right. You want to keep everything away, anything sticking up right here where the coyote's going to stand. Coyotes are finicky little suckers. They don't like anything sticking up where they're standing. Okay? So then, after that's done, take and you want to sift over the top of it. You'll see our trap disappear, but we got a lot of work to do on it before we're done with it. Okay, you see the trap disappearing. You'll set that to the side. Remember, we had a whisk broom. We're going to take our whisk broom. We're going to do a little sweeping. Okay. And you want to sweep side to side, left to right, back and forth, and you're evening out the soil that was just placed. Okay. You're wanting this trap just to disappear in the soil. Okay. And see right when we start to see it right here. Okay. We're getting good. We'll go back. I'm going to hit it again. Okay, all on the sides. We're going to bring it out a little bit. You want to look like coyote's been digging here. Something's been digging for something. You don't want any kind of raise right there. So we're going to sift a little bit of dirt in like so. Then we'll take again back with the whisk broom. We want to make it a nice area for the coyote. Look at that. Well, that trap just disappears right there. Looks natural, looks like nothing's there. Then I'll take the leftover and I'll usually hit it toward the sides and stuff like that. Get it out of there. Okay. Got all that out of the way. Now what I do is I'll bait it. One of my go-tos, food lure, Mark June's Widowmaker pest bait. I like that one. I also like, he's got, oh, that's Widowmaker. Where was that one? Oh, that's my, this is a big go-to. Woof. All right, that is scat, coyote scat. What I'll do with that, coyote scat, and it's kind of something that will attract the coyotes. Even though it's all dried out, it looks dried and everything, what we're gonna do is we're gonna freshen it up. Coyote urine. We pop our coyote urine and we just press it, or just press it out right there. We just put some there. So now a coyote coming through here is going to smell that and go, hey, got an intruder. But I'll take my Widowmaker, take me a little stick here, get a little Widowmaker, drop down in there. Okay, basically disappears in the bottom, but that's okay. It's the odor I want. Sometimes I'll run a that's the booty call right there. Coyote gland, booty call, predator control group. Okay, now that's just a coyote gland. Now I want to use just a little bit of that coyote gland in there too. Just another attractant. So I'll take a little bit, get a little bit on my stick, drop her down in the hole. Okay, that's it. Now I want to get back and get away from it. Look at it, see if there's anything else I need to do. That's a pretty set. I don't know about you, but it'd be hard to tell that there was a trap there if I wasn't a trapper. I just think like it's a hole with some stuff on the side, some poop. That's a good setup. That's how I set coyote traps, basic foothold traps. You can also do a double set where you'll set 2 traps. about 8 to 12 inches away from the hole. I usually set them on a diagonal, but you got to seat that trap to make sure it doesn't wobble, because if he steps on the edge of it and it moves, he's going to know it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's seated tight, 8 to 12 inches away from the hole. I usually set it on a diagonal. Just turn it just a little bit, make sure it's anchored in there good. And then you want to clean all your stuff up, back away from it. And I usually mark my traps with a flag, so if I'm not the one picking up, the guys will be able to see it, or the homeowner is able to identify the area it's in. So I'll mark it with a little bit of the caution tape. So that's a setup right there, guys.